Vega in the morning and both got, I won't say upset in the Cloud9 incident, but the Vega one perhaps was.
Especially the way it went down. It felt like Renegades had done enough to get back into it. They were trading, but they looked like a much better team towards the end. Then they lost 16-14. You could see the look on Kassad's face. As you walk past him in the hallway, he looked absolutely... I was trying to think of the right adjective. Yeah, I wanted to go with that one, but you're braver than me, so you've just gone straight in. I like that about you, Matt. And it will be a 5-man attack.
Bravery and stupidity all mixed into one.
Nafly with the one smoke, that'll be towards Highway. And here we go, the Molotov towards Quad. RPK to defend, and he is one of the stronger players on EnVyUs, but the Molotov doing a lot of damage there, forcing them out of position. Renegades looking like they could be onto something here, but Sixer stepping up with that USP.
Great to see Cash come out in a best of one as well. It's typically a third map, or perhaps a veto player, but the fact that they go aggressively to it and Happy plays near the fence, the French team have always been good on this map, and they've started off well.
They're fired up as well. I like that. A bit of passion coming out there. I think I had a bit of a war cry from Happy, one of the quieter players in the game. But there we go. High fives come out. Renegades with the simple approach there. Swinging towards Highway and the bomb side itself. Molotoving towards Quad. Flash in, go together, but RPK and Co. managing to shut them down. Happy with 3 kills in total. We're going to round number 2 here. Interestingly enough, the bomb didn't go down. They do not fully invest into this round. They drop a scout. I think they dropped that for Nifty, so he'll keep his money strong. It looks like JKS potentially... Oh, no, I beg your pardon. USTILO dropped the scout for him, and they'll see whether they can get anything going here. Just P250s, and we'll see if anything comes of this. Nifty boosted up, and the T-spawn truck right now. That's it's been a hot minute since we've seen that. Did I use that correctly? Hot minute?
I was going to ask you, what's a hot minute?
Really
That's always my favorite question.
Says it all the time.
I think it's true. I think that probably came from that island in the south that has all kinds of jargon that no one understands either.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you and Richard with the UK banter. Nifty. Scout trying to spawn out toward middle. If you can get damage into anyone at all, it's beneficial. Sixers, not quite one-shot body shot range, but a headshot will do. Happy down pretty much right away.
That was quite nice. I like that from Nifty. He is certainly deadly on Cash. That's where he does most of his best work. Most of his highlights come from this very map. A good flashbang for the Scream. Quite a fine shot there. Aim a little bit off, and he could be punished for this one. Flashbangs are good, though, and he might be able to recover. A little bit awkward, but overall it's looking fine now.
I was going to say, how to Scream out of that. If the flash hadn't come in, his backside was showing from that corner. That's like the worst position to be pinched into. Naf still pulls it back. Good nade. RPK. That might save them in some senses because they've split the defense, one on either side, excuse me. Both with MP9s, which don't have great range. P250 and Glock are much better, but in spades they'll go. And as it's a 1 versus 2, the trade is sufficient for Naf. He'll get the bomb planted, pick up the MP9, and he's now equal aside from armor with RPK, who I should mention as well does not have a kit.
This round has already been incredibly successful for Renegades. Remember, no armor, 1 scout, P250s, that was it. And they still have a chance to win the round. The bomb is down and ticking. RPK coming in from B storage. Remember, he has no kit here, Matt. This could be massive. If Nafly plays this correctly, unfortunately, not going to be the case. RPK manages to juke him, going from B storage, and the full defuse will be absolutely fine here. But still, the bomb goes down. I can guarantee Renegades are buying for this next round now with that sort of cash available. 3 kills for RPK.
Not quite the same cheer that time.
No, a little bit more subdued, wasn't it?
No, that was, yeah.
Oh, yay. You won, but we know we've got AKs coming out against us in the next round. Here they come. Round number 3. RPK will have to maybe drop that MP9 and upgrade himself to an M4, which he does indeed. Scream brings out the M4A1S, one of the few pros still using that full time. Obviously going for the taps, famously. It's fired a little bit faster, accurately, but you do have a lot less in terms of the magazine. 20 bullets there, and only 40 reserve bullets at the same time as we get into a very interesting round here. 2 MP9s, make it 3 on the EnVyUs side. What's the play here from them? They're going aggressive at the start. They are not. One player by the forklift, one towards Highway. And this is looking like it's a Renegades round all day long. They have 4 rifles to work with. And utility, another A split coming in potentially here with 3 players towards the door.
RPK. Behind the forklift, but they're going to walk out from the door, so he's got problems because he's now pinched into the corner. Az is looking for him. Somehow RPK has been evading them. Perfect positioning and no utility thrown in his direction because they didn't have a lot, but good shot from Naf. He was off yesterday. That's one player who's been remarkable for them as of late.
Yes.
Who was a bit quiet yesterday, so Naf starting off well at least.
Absolutely, that's a lovely shot. That should be the round done. And it's now a 5 versus 3. No real ground to even attempt the retake here. They're going back towards CT spawn, and that was always going to be an extremely difficult round there. The fact against pretty much a full eco. The scout there, sure, but just PG50's no armor, no nades. He managed to come down to a 1 versus 1. They knew the guns were coming out there. Unless they found something very early on, I didn't see them having a chance here, but Scream, a bit of a shooting gallery in front of him. We know his aim can be very good indeed. It's not as amazing as you'd like at this point, but he does set up XMS for a couple of kills there. And at this stage, it will be JKS. Run and gun Galil, 3 in total, all headshots. Nice work by him, completely shuts down the round. Quite expensive there for Renegades, but still a win is a win. 2 will survive. And the high fives come through in terms of the cash now. We've got about 3K, maybe 2.5K on average for each player on EnVyUs. They might just take a little partial buy here. Actually, we're going all in. Scream down to 0. Similar story for Happy. The other 3 yet to join in.
Renegades, when you think about on paper what they have and sort of the roles defined within them, they're a decent team. I don't think they're ever a top 5 team, but a top 10 team, I think, quite consistently. Especially when they're playing in the NA region, they'll certainly always, I think, be able to qualify for events or be in the mix as it. Going to start it off by taking down RPK. It's Nafly again that's going to work into mid, or rather just Naf, as we know.
He's still
significantly. Yeah, he did burn himself. He did get the kill as well, but he burnt himself doing it.
Well, there we go. I think I was in towards the vent, if I'm not mistaken. We'll have to double check that. But he does burn himself and got the frag, so I guess it's absolutely fine. 1 for 1.
I'm checking for you, Henry.
It might have been towards sandbags, then, I guess. That would be my second guess.
I see 2 CT bodies there, and I know Nafly was above. I'm not sure exactly where it was. Maybe I think it was actually Cubby.
Yeah, so I guess you got a Molotov to flush him out, jump down, kill him with Mac 10, and then get red hose in flames. This timing there, but it looks like the round's absolutely fine overall. Nifty challenging towards CT spawn. Gets a body check there, so he'll fall back. Looking very likely to be 2-2 now. Renegades bouncing back. Deagles and armor. Might as well save the armor here on the CD side. Their money is okay. They're not going to win the round at this point, but having armor taking it to the next round is actually going to be quite good news to them if they're going to be buying up. Saves them $1,000 per player, or $650 on the CD side against the AKs potentially. Happy waiting in that connector right now. Has got Azza in front of him. He's making a little bit of noise there. Happy doesn't need the challenges though. His armor is actually a lot more important to him than finding 1 kill and not picking up the AK in time. It's USTILO.
I was going to say exactly. Look at USTILO. I think he's the oldest on the team. I did all these, you know, I looked up pretty much every player in the tournament's birthday today. I was really kind of trying to entertain myself this morning. You weren't doing it for me, Henry? You were sleeping on the couch?
I was. I did check out for about 45 minutes.
You say, you've moved it up a little bit. You kept saying, all I need is a half-hour nap, and you were gone for like an hour.
Okay.
So at least you've moved to 45 to meet us kind of in the middle on that one.
Oh, I didn't realize the stop clock was running, but now I'll try and get...
Time stops for no one.
Okay. As of the AK-47, good work by him. It is up against an eco, essentially. Remember the 3 sets of armor. Potentially could have done something here, but not meant to be a fast approachable winner. That's my favorite anti-eco on this map. You know, even if the CTs are there, Molotovs towards sandbags or the white box, smoke off towards connector, boost 3 players up very quickly. It's very unlikely to lose the round in that sense. So that's a nice play from Renegades there, focusing towards the highway. 3 kills coming in. USTILO picking up 2 of those, and Happy probably 1 kill here. You know what that needs to do, but there it is. Takes down Azza, quickly traded by Nifty there. So they'll take the lead now, 3-2, and the gun rounds will begin. USTILO expends a lot of bullets there, but does recover for 2 frags in total. Scream will fall back as Naf finishes this off. Here we go then. Is there an AWP available for Sixer? That's the question. Here's the main AWPer, of course, and he'll be up against Nifty, who doesn't go for the AWP just yet.
So no ops on the board. Sixer's going to like to go with the M4.
Yeah, 6 rounds in and not a single AWP purchase. That's
bizarre on...
Let me tell you.
Yeah, well, on Cash especially. Very an op-centric map. So many options, especially CT side, to play it. So we look back at the last round. This one's started off relatively slow, but I can tell you it is a lead off toward a USTILO, Azza, and Naf. Actually out toward the squeaky door. No one directly inside A main yet. Nifty's still just actually waiting with JKS, but I imagine they'll head that direction. They may go for a boost of 1 player to take over highway and pressure mids so that rotations aren't freely achieved, but
you can even just leave them up
split
there, not challenging at all. But here comes the final commitment. Very fast out the USTILO. That's a great shot, but maybe not enough to win the round here. RPK Work as well. Oh my goodness, Nifty with the one tap. 3 versus 2 now. JKS, remember, he's boosted up and he came from the highway area. He could be the saboteur in all of this, as Nifty will be taken down, but it looks as if JKS trying to do what he can.
Nice shot
as he is a fantastic clutcher man. He's won many of these in his career, and this is looking a little bit more difficult though. The bomb's all the way in squeaky door. Good thing for him though, he does have time on his side. 45 seconds now, as he decides to pedal back and head towards middle.
Time, but not the bomb.
Exactly.
40 seconds seems like enough to work with, except for when the bomb is all the way towards Squeaky. RPK is inside of the A site now. I think that bomb would have been spotted as well because door's still open, so they'll know it's there. JKS, Justin Savage.
Yeah, they know he's coming from CD Spawn. Scream is looking at that area like a hawk, but his aim isn't as crisp as you'd like today. He has had a few whiffs. He does manage to take JKS down to 3 HP, which pretty much secures the round considering the time remaining. RPK gets his challenge at this point. He knows he's got a huge upper hand there. JKS had no information as to where RPK was. He's making a ton of noise to run towards the bomb. He's already got the information that he's low HP. Challenge him. He's going to have nades in his hand and win the round, but still it comes down to a 1 versus 1 there. RPK from the forklift. Not missing a beat there after USTILO hit that tremendous shot on his entrance towards the bomb side there. Still a difficult round ahead of EnVyUs here. 3-3, a full buy for Renegades and then some as they get 4 AKs out. And Nifty, the first showing of the AWP. Up against, now bear with me as we break this one down, it'll be a Scout, a FAMAS, a Deagle, an AK-47 and an M4A4. That's the recipe EnVyUs are bringing to round number 7. It's not great, let me tell you, as RPK has the only kit available. They do have utility. That's what they've opted for here. The grenades at the very start to hold off those fast plays from Renegades here. But I want to see someone getting a squeaky door. I think they need to challenge at the very start here, especially that AK-47. They've got it in the hand to Scream. Aim hasn't been amazing today. Fragging potential hasn't been as strong as it usually is for him. But I feel like this is the round he can step up. Get him into a position where he can get flashed in, find a one tap.
Oh, that's trippy.
That is nice, isn't it? I saw that yesterday.
Warp speed.
Oh, again. We're being treated.
Beat me up, Scotty.
Anything else?
Let's not go there.
Well, let's see if Scream does maybe listen to old Henry G here, go for a pick at the very start. They are waiting 2 players in the connector, so the smoke comes towards that area. They can be boosted up above the smoke. The smoke isn't deployed just yet. And so be out down to Naflight, who's behind a smoke right now. 6-0 with the Scout. That is not an orb.
He's gonna wait. Light smoke toward middle, and then maybe they'll put him up again just to sit on the boxes and watch everything inside of middle, but aggressive toward B.
Just to note, CTs have given up middle entirely. That's fine, in middle is not a bomb site, but it is an important area of the map when you've got such little firepower, no AWP, just a massive lack of rifles in general. You might as well let them have it and play towards the bomb sites themselves. So 2 towards A, 3 at B right now. They do go for a B split, Renegades that is. They have got 2 players towards checkers, ready to defend. That could be happening. Now Fly starts to position himself towards that area. JKS already waiting in the storage of B. And, oh my goodness, XMS, that was a brave move, and now he has to use the flashbang. It was a very good one, so he'll be able to get out of dodge, and it has to hit this Deagle shot. He does get the first, and Azza takes him down blind.
The fact that he's so close to the fence as well may mean that they overlook Happy, but he goes out, and Azza just happens to look back. So Azza gets the kill, and Scream has to rotate to Heaven to watch them cross. He can still catch them when they jump back toward the bomb.
Oh, that timing.
You're right, because as soon as he looks away, that's when they go. Naf hits RPK. I mean, things go from bad to worse for EnVyUs because bomb is planted and 2 left, neither with kits.
Exactly, and there is 1 smoke that's just been deployed right now. I don't think they have any grounds to win this one, but they know they're eco next round, so they're going to go for it. Scream, AK-47, he hits that, they might have a chance. I feel like that's going to be the signal to fall back. I'll look to see if anyone goes aggressive towards CT spawn, and will be Renegades taking the lead once again. Shot on the Scout, but not enough to get the kill, of course. 6 are yet to have an AWP, and he is the main sniper of the team. Looking too good here for EnVyUs. Every time they win a round, they're getting shut down. It's the harsh reset once again. AK save, Scout as well. Will they force? Time will tell. Like that, Matt? They say you're the wordsmith of this duo.
No, I've passed my prime.
Yeah.
Peaked too soon.
This is my major now.
I went all out, no gas left, and the world's in a fuel crisis. As we know, I don't run on electric. You do. You are the future. You are the Elon Musk of casting.
That's what I've been saying for a while, but no one else seems to be...
All hype, no delivery.
Yeah, exactly. To the moon. We go.
To Mars.
Yeah. Well, here we go then. Round number 8, and will they force buy? I'll have a look. They went all in. They've got 2 players all in. That's Happy and XMS with the players that will be purchasing with the CZ, the armor. XMS, we have the Deagle. That's the boost I was talking about before. So when you get smoked out, you can boost above the smoke. So if you fire a shot like that, though, it is going to be obvious that's what you're doing. USTILO tries to spam down that totem pole in towards the connector area, but doesn't damage. He actually takes a scout bullet to the face. Sixer does go down eventually. Nice work from that fight. Definitely one of the key players in the Renegade squad. He is fantastic on his day.
He's certainly come into his own. I mean, you go back, part of what was the pre-liquid denial roster had a bit of a showing. Same time sort of that Shazam did during that roster as well. As a secondary opper more than anything, even on the rifle didn't stand out, but kind of was always in the mix. This has been his breakout roster for sure. He's much better. He's toward highway to shut down. CT's rotating, and USTILO will take advantage of the damage that he's done. Find 2 kills. I've got to be careful still that Happy's behind sandbags actually gets 2 from that position, which is perhaps at least 1 better than he was worth. If at all, RPK lasts alive. And tap away with the CZ, and effectively will take down Naf. It's costly. He's got an AK picked up and head armor to work with.
That gives away his position, and at this point, they know they can cleanly plant on the B-bomb site. Nifty with the AWP. They have no utility in holding on. Oh my god, I thought he was going to cleanly spray one towards Checkers there, and it's a bit desperate at that point. Yes, you can see. He will give it a go and see if there's any mistakes made by Renegades. That's pretty much all he has to work with here. That open plant is so brutal to work with here, and until he touches the bomb, they're not going to challenge, or maybe even if he'll just do a drive-by with the P250. Completely clothesline him.
Yep, that works. I still like the P250.
Yeah, it's coming through. He did get slightly buffed I think mid-stages of last year.
Well, I think just the investment is just right.
As in, yeah, for 300 bucks, right, you don't get an HE grenade, but you get a PT50 instead. You actually can challenge close range. If you miss a shot, leg player, pull out the PT50, much more effective than the Glock.
Actually,
right?
Yeah, you're right. As a secondary pistol, especially, it's very good. But even in pistol rounds, I don't mind going in for it over sort of the 5.7 or R8. Excuse me, the CZ, not the R8. CZ 75.
Freudian slip there.
Maybe I still have it equipped.
Yep.
Just to trigger you.
Oh, it's going to be the fast. This is what I'm talking about. This anti-eco approach is fantastic, but this is going to be one of the roughest CT halves you can have in CSGO. You haven't had the AWP once. You keep getting reset every gun round you win, and then when you do win them, it's 1 player surviving. It doesn't get any more brutal than this right now. It's still early days. They can still win the half, of course, but it's just so difficult to get out of this pit.
This X-ray is the most misleading to me because the CT model is black, and so is the edging of sort of the frame of that doorway.
Yeah,
I thought he could see him there, but he actually couldn't, but still knew that he was there. Gets him out with Molotov instead. So good clearance of the Z connector. And USTILO will back off and work with Naf toward the vents now instead.
Yeah, this should be a clean-cut round. So objective for Renegades, make sure you keep all 5 players alive. EnVyUs, make it as uncomfortable as possible. If they can find a couple of kills here, that'll still be frustrating to Renegades here. But XMS, it's a dink-off, and USTILO will have to be alive then. P250 is a bit of a weird one. Sometimes you can get a one-bullet headshot at very close range. It's quite rare for that to happen, but here we go. It's going to be Scream now, who pushes in the Desert Eagle. Like we said, a couple of kills would be at least frustrating for Renegades, but now 6 out of position. Does take 1, but that's all he'll get.
You're the guy USTILO as well.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, it was JKS he was shooting at. I saw the red on you, my mistake. So USTILO was fine, but either way, nearly did do damage to a second player.
Well, here we go. This is where the game probably really begins. That sounds so bizarre to say, but this is when we'll see EnVyUs with their first full buy. 4 rifles, the AWP coming out, hopefully the defuse kit chucked into the mix as well. It's taken them a while, but now at 3rd stage loss bonus, 6-3 down. It's 6er still with no utility, not a single defuse kit. You can still see they're struggling. 4 players without helmets. That's not actually a big deal against the AK-47s, but against the pistols it is. Fast play towards middle. I love this from Renegades. He used that smoke at the start to extinguish the incendiary in the very top of the boost, but RPK starting to come into his own now. Nice. Oh, really nice from the M4A4 there. Takes 3 kills down. Really calm. Didn't panic there at all. Doesn't pull his nades out. Keeps the gun out and manages to completely wreck the offensive play from Renegades.
And Richard said it on the desk. RPK is in career CSGO form. Maybe not the form that he was on in Source, but certainly in this iteration of the game. He leads the way with 12 kills, and when he is on, usually so is the whole team. However, despite leading everyone overall, they're 3 rounds trailing Renegades. They are 1 man to the good this time, though, as Sixer sits behind Quad. Has to worry a little bit about Nifty sneaking in by the forklift. He was looking toward Highway in anticipation. He's got the rotation as well from Happy and XMS, so surprisingly, he's still looking out front because Nifty's going to sneak directly in behind him. Oh, doesn't quite. Sixer's got the shot instead on the AWP. I thought that was the one to open the round. Nav sits in the open, nowhere to go, low HP. Sixer's going to close it all together. Nice shot on the op.
Yeah, that was really, really well played by Sixer. Has the awareness the players could be coming in from the Highway. Face checks with the AWP, pulls off what I assume was a no-scope at that sort of range, and it's completely shut down. Good pins play from EnVyUs in general. Was it a no-scope? Of course it was. Takes down Nifty, and finishes things off with the USP on the low HP player of NAF. Good work. Something finally looking positive there for EnVyUs. 3 players surviving, they keep the AWP up, so they can have a nice full buy here. The kits come out, the utility's there, but presence towards B. JKS happy to face check this by the looks of things. The nades will push him back slightly down to 61 HP. That's actually a bit of an auto nade there. The boost on the T-Truck, we talked about that with the Scout before, and that's what it's designed for. Anyone crossing towards Highway, you get a bird's eye view of them doing so. It's a very uncommon boost. It's starting to come back into fashion now, it seems. Like, players were constantly checking down the CT side and not allowing it to be a thing, but now it seems like it's been absent for so long that it's starting to look quite interesting once more. But towards B we go once again. JKS going to walk in and see if he can blow off some heads here.
Just having to make sure no one's going to peek the exact time which they want to take the site. NAF will clear out both vents and checker vents because they haven't put any pressure inside of it. They didn't elect to throw the Molotov from toward the A main position that usually clears it. Flash actually makes contact. NAF inside a checker. JKS still makes his way in, and USTILO, oh, undetected, another kill, much like last time with Sixer behind quad. That looked like it was sure to go their way and goes against them. RPK gets Azza. It's now Nifty to respond, but look at the B site because Happy on his own needs to stay alive. He needed to be efficient because that would have given RPK a chance on the flank.
We saw it on the right-hand side of our screen there. Azza watching for the flanks there, boosted up, some players rotating in from A, and now it's down to just RPK. 2 versus 1, can't nail the shot. Nifty, the AWP player for Renegades, finishes things off there, and there it is. EnVyUs once again winning 1 round, then being reset once again, Matthew. Sure, we said it was good. They kept the AWP up and 3 players in total in the previous round, but still, on the CT side, this is a really difficult situation to be in. On average, they have just over 2K per player. Looks like they're going all in. Scream doesn't even hesitate. He buys Deagle head armor. Not messing around whatsoever. They could have bought up next round. They had just under 3K per player. Like, they would have had $900 next round. I think that was the play, if I'm honest. Like, let's get guns out. Like, this is going to be a very difficult round. I think we're just fast boosting towards middle once again, Renegades, that is. Smokes are down, and not really much you can do with just pistols. As you can see, the Molotov towards sandbags, smoke and connector, flashbang towards Highway momentarily. USTILO will face it, and then he has information here. He's looking for frags. He's hungry for him. Doesn't want to overcommit, and his teammates have been control now. So nice procedure at the very start there. I really don't think EnVyUs should have bought into this round. I feel like M4s into the next is a much better approach. Now if they lose this, it's another reason.
NAF goes back from the vents, having gotten pressured to try and spot towards Z connector, and in fact they'll slow down just temporarily as well as he backs off because they're getting the players in position toward B main, and rightly so. USTILO is going to take down XMS. Happy, good shot.
Yeah, very good shot.
That was manages, to take him back. The same result to Sixer as Scream from Heaven has been desperate many times in that position, I'm afraid.
Oh, that was a little bit clumsy from Renegades there, but they are lucky not to be punished for it. RPK takes on JKS. They are overfacing a little bit, but 3 players survive, and as I said, EnVyUs is going to be eco next round regardless, so...
And it's going to be round 13.
Yeah.
So lots of money, well, potentially lots of money for...
Do you see what I mean? They eco this one. Happy has 4,600 cash right now. He'd have had $1,900 on top of that of...
op potential.
Yeah, they could have had so much more, and it's a bit of a shame they went all in on that play.
It's a common problem for French teams, specifically I think Happy's teams.
Like 3K.
More in the history for Happy than in the other French rosters.
They had like between 2,800 and 3K on the 5 players. They would have got $900 this round and had pretty much full buy. They went for Deagle armor instead. Sure, it's getting a little bit desperate at this point, but that felt like it was actually more disastrous than beneficial to the team, if I'm honest. But here we go, flashing towards Squeaky Door, try and make a play here, but now looks like he's on the point to take both of these kills. Lovely work and great spray control. And opening a bomb site, just scraping the lines, and they'll be dealt with momentarily.
Yeah, no way he was getting out of that one alive.
Yeah.
He's still in front, Azza behind, Azza gets the kill. XMS and Sixer.
Really impressive Renegade so far, I have to say. Actually looking like a really...
Well, this is what I expected yesterday.
Yeah.
Because not quite to the extent of Mouse Sports, let's be honest. Winning Mykonos, finals at ECS, not to the same extent of sort of the rise that they had at the end of the year, but Renegades definitely improved from their mid to early summer performances. So I thought coming into this event, yeah, against especially Vega, the perfect way to start for them.
XMS, 5 versus 1, just looking for any sort of exit frag he can find here. The bomb will be going off the bomb site, as you can see. Rough game for EnVyUs here. Remember, they won the pistol as well when they made it 4 rounds on the board. It's not like they got anti-eco, they won the second round as well. It was a 1 versus 1 where RPK survived. That was actually the beginning of this disastrous half for them, because RPK only wins a 1 versus 1 with the bomb going down, and then they have to fend off a full buy of Renegades. At that point, constant force buys and the money management not fantastic, and questionable decisions towards the end of this half. We're going to round number 14 here. They'll take a tactical pause, and yes, I agree with that one. They can buy into this. Got about 5k per player, but it's working out what procedure they're going to take into round number 14 here. Desperately in these last 2 rounds, Renegades look like they have full control of cash so far. Remember, this is a 0-1 game. EnVyUs looking down the barrel, or 0-2.
Yeah, that's shocking. We did see them struggle massively for the Krakow minor.
Oh, yes.
They didn't even qualify to be at this portion, which is now stage 1. Previously the qualifier for the major. Now we are part of the major. But it was really bad Counter-Strike we saw played in Bucharest at that event.
And that was the worst I've ever seen them, I think.
It has gotten better, but it's not gotten to the point where we would expect it.
Well, it's a shame, considering the analysts touched on it earlier, Richard Yanko and co, and they're talking about the fact that this team has got such prestigious players within RPK, Scream, Happy, double major champion, and XMS, upcoming player, like getting better and better. It seems getting himself to a position where he is considered one of the top French talents, and it's just not coming together for this team. The fact they didn't even make it to the major last time, and now the way they're playing at this tournament, I'm not excited for the work they've put in. It doesn't seem like it's coming together at all for them. Renegades, as I talked about yesterday on the analyst desk, it's upward trajectory they're on right now, winning tournaments towards the end of the year, getting better and better, and actually a really difficult squad to play against. The firepower and the clutch ability, the entry potential is all off the scale for them, and it seems that this could be a real contender for, I'm not sure, like some more championships in 2018. Like, it seems like this is actually a really promising package from the Australians and North Americans.
So the crossfire established. You can see both portions of it. RPK and Scream inside the middle. Nifty wants the peak. And the play with the op. He's not going to get it. Sixer finds it instead. Very, very tight portion of body showing through the quad and main position. Time to clear out Z. One as well for Sandbags. USTILO takes confidence in going up to not only knock out the best, but clear inside the middle, and that's the crossfire. He's going to find both of them as well. Good play, USTILO. Great recovery from losing the first pick, and Nafly takes down Happy, desperate to recover.
What can you do against that brutal aim coming in from Renegades there? Sixer had hit that shot to have a chance. He does get the second and the third. Well played. He's doing a great job on his A bomb site. This could be one of the best aces so far. 4 in total. XMS will steal the final kill away, but well recovered absolutely by Sixer. Back and forth round there. Good lord.
Sixer has definitely been under criticism for his op potential, or lack thereof, perhaps, in this team. I thought there could have been more in it for him, and based on sort of his play in Millennium before he was picked up, I thought he might be a good fit on this team. That round shows why they certainly thought so. What a performance to pull that back. Not only the first shot that was, I'm talking pixels that he could see, but to recover that from inside of the site was impressive as well.
That's exactly what EnVyUs needed now. Sends out a message on some of this half. Yeah, for 9-6, 10-5. That's what Renegades waiting for here. But look, it's the opening pick from Nifty once again. RPK goes down with absolutely nothing achieved there. MP9 on XMS. Double orb set up and Happy. He's going to be dropped here. That's one of the orbs down. 5 versus 3. Don't have to panic here. Don't have to commit straight away. Cash is all about reactions and working out what the T's are doing, how you can get some ground back on the map, getting some control back in your favor. As you can see, nothing towards B whatsoever. This is looking a little bit rough there. XMS spots one, will have to commit to this kill. MP9, though, is not the weapon to have in this particular situation. That's a little bit better, though. AWP retrieved, and they will go towards the B bomb site. Renegades, that is, and they'll find no one there whatsoever. This is just EnVyUs just hoping they don't get to be just maybe they make a massive blunder and not make their way in whatsoever. Scream will rotate, but he gets taken down to 4 HP. That's his round over.
Now, good shot. Takes him down immediately. Good read, by the way, at mid. Can you go back to USTILO pre-firing the box to bait out the op shot from Happy. XMS does manage to pick up and recover. Takes down Naf, but bomb's already planted. Just he and Sixer double op to retake remaining.
Good luck, lads.
Yeah. One kit between the two.
Yeah, you can see the desperate wall bangs coming in here, but the Molotov usage is so brutal. And coming in the flanks as well, XMS will hit some nice shots this round. Ooh. That's very good, don't get me wrong, but he's not going to win. And Nifty will get the killing blow there, 10-5. EnVyUs. All things considered, that's actually well recovered. Remember, they won the pistol, but every round they won 3 rounds after that. Each one was reset every single time. One of the roughest CT halves I've watched in a while. The fact they go 5, I'm actually kind of impressed. They got that match in total. The economy situation for them was so horrible. And it was a 6er that got them that 5th round out of nowhere. It was a round they didn't deserve to win, really. It was like a 4-on-2 at that stage. And he just went absolutely bananas on the A site.
Well, with that said, swap it over. Envy need to get rolling early. I saw both coaches with playbooks out. Not a lot of timeout calls so far, considering we're under the Valve rules here, obviously. 4 timeouts. Coaches can only interject in the timeout and halftime portions of the game, not technical timeouts. Those don't count for strategics.
Yeah, so it was EnVyUs that requested a bit of extra time here. You're allowed up to 2 minutes at halftime still. I guess I
don't think that charges you either.
No, it doesn't.
You're entitled to that.
Most teams will just go, let's get into it. But they just want to discuss what's going on right now. Let's just calm down. With a rough half, it's CT side. It does happen sometimes. You can't get rolling. The momentum completely against you. But Renegades, they are known to be teams that, as soon as they lose the piss in the second half, they can crumble. Renegades have crumbled many times before. And we'll see whether they can keep their heads above water. If they win the pistol, I'm almost certain Renegades will win. If EnVyUs do it, I think it's still up in the air. We'll see what happens here as we'll have a look at the buys. And we'll be EnVyUs with 4 sets of armor. Screen with that P250. Very good on the T side to get the 1-tap potential out there. He's got a smoke and a flashbang as well. That's a very default setup for now. 1 player towards Squeaky, A main, middle, and 2 at B, waiting for the aggressive push. That's why Scream's got that flashbang ready to bounce off the wall. Listening out for any footsteps. He can peek the corner as well if required.
RPK.
Just a note, an incendiary for Nifty.
Yeah, that's interesting. Don't often see that on a pistol round.
No, definitely not.
And they're playing retake A, which is not uncommon.
So I guess he can deny plants, for example, towards the A bomb site.
I was thinking that, but truck's the best place to do it.
You can still throw it from here. It's over the bomb site. Like, it's not as efficient. There's no lineup. I don't think for Robbie you can just pretty much guess it. Yeah. Happy's made his way towards the A bomb side right now. The bomb isn't there, but this is a full retake setup from Renegades, meaning they'll allow them to actually plant on the A bomb side and come in as a 5-man unit. With the USPs, the range advantage, a lot of teams will run this as we get the CTs towards the truck. That's USTILO.
JKS is the one with the kit, by the way, so he's going to be the last to rotate, meaning the kit will stay up for a portion of time.
Nifty won't deny the plant, but still has the incendiary.
Well, he could certainly flush out positions. Quad might be one that he looks to try and do that with, because XMS and Sixer are both there at this point in time. Potentially go for the boost as well.
He could Molotov towards that quad position. That would be great. He's got it out in his hand right now. It's looking like he's going towards the forklift. No one actually there to receive it, so that's not going to be hugely beneficial.
That's the only 2 positions we've gone for. Good find, JKS. That one pays off. XMS those undetected. They go out, and now, as the others are distracted looking to RPK, XMS makes it work. That Molotov, or rather incendiary, would have been better placed in that position, but he didn't know, and it's EnVyUs to pick up the second half pistol.
Well, there we go.
Both pistols, as a matter of fact.
That's a really common strategy in CSGO, playing 2 players in one particular position. If you think like New Boxes and Inferno, 2 CTs there, 1 peeks and dies, it's commonly overlooked, and that's exactly what's happened there as well. They kill 1 player towards quad. They didn't expect XMS to be there, and he completely ravages them from the quad position. Well played, and now anyone's game, let me tell you. As Renegades, I like this approach though, Matt. They're not force buying in the second round. They know they have a lead. Let's not get ourselves in the same position that EnVyUs found themselves in. Let's go for a B push here. CZ, no armor purchase. He can still cause some damage here. And there it is, now a 3 versus 3. They'll probably rotate back towards A. They won't have time to recover the weaponry, so I know Happy's going to be on this site, ready to go. It's only Nifty with the USP. Of course, the AWPer of the squad can't purchase much, well, not anything in this round. Oh, it does damage, though, the USP. Good lord.
It certainly does. Happy dinked 24. Nifty swings in as well. It can try and take
no.
advantage of that damage. He digs up the planter. Nap's going to take down Happy. He was the other player dinked, and Sixer walks in. He takes a headshot as well, and the pistols work in a very unlikely scenario.
They're going for the open plant and that sort of play. You got no cover whatsoever. Are you treating that smoke like a force field? And no one's going to push through this. Let's just plant in the open.
CSGO after all. And the second player is already hiding behind quad because the HP.
The smoke hasn't even bloomed yet. He's just straight up planting in the open. His team is not covering him. What an absolute blunder and a disaster from EnVyUs. Just to get back in this game by winning the pistol. That was not even a force buy from Renegades, Matt. That's 4 CZs, no armor, no nades, no diffuse kit, and 1 USP. And it's actually Nifty doing all the damage of that USP from the truck. This is not good enough from EnVyUs. Huge disaster plays coming in. And Nafly looking to add insult to injury now as he pushes towards the squeaky door. Does some damage, decides to fall back as they smoke towards main entrance. Takes a lot of damage out from the Deagles. This is indeed the force buy from EnVyUs. Deagles 4 of those out, and the armor, of course, as well.
RPK and Sixer to take over middle. Nifty's going to sit back. Shadow position advantage. If he gets the timing right, he's looked away. 2 players to peek. Tries to spray in. Has to be slightly careful and cautious as he goes for the reload, but he's done good damage to both Scream, Sixer, and Happy's taken quite a bit as well. Desperate. Trying to jump around as Nifty's going to collect his 3rd and 4th kill. Might even try and go for an ace. Too many. I haven't seen any at all yesterday, in fact. Happy down to 5 HP. And Az is going to get him, fair enough, with the UMP, so we won't get an ace quite yet. But a good hold from Nifty, good damage done. And you're right, the last round is so costly.
Yeah, that's probably the game.
Happy's like 24 HP, doesn't even elect to peek. High HP player goes for the bomb plant in the open.
Yeah, disastrous scenes. 12-6 has to be the full eco now for Team EnVyUs. 13-6 coming in very shortly. There's the ADR for you. RPK at the top for EnVyUs. In terms of frags in general, it will be Nifty and Nafly with 16 kills. Oof, that nade, oh my goodness. That does so much damage. It was setting up for a run boost. They take a nade to the face, just 1 nade did like 250 damage. Oh God. Well, there we go. Falling back now. And that's probably cancelled the idea of the boost in general. As we will see now, have a chance to find a few frags here. He gets 1, you know. There's the double, but he will be taken down eventually. Take care. So slow position, maybe not so much. This could actually all fall apart. 3 on 3. They might be able to recover at least 1 rifle here. Nifty obviously can watch them boosting to the bomb side. That's the saving grace. If they're the smoke, this could actually be really disastrous. But the nade, I'll try and use it in such a manner. The nade being thrown in there, you'll try and cross as soon as it goes off, and the smoke that's created from the HE grenade does give you some sort of a veil, not a great one. Players like JW actually use that to throw on corners with their before they go for an AWP pick. The HE goes off, jump in that smoke, and just be like a little ninja.
The residue.
Yeah.
It used to be used quite a bit on the Dust 2 cross as
exactly.
well.
Yeah, and you can use it like, you go towards long on Dust 2, like on CT side, you nade the corner, then peek. Like, it can be pretty frustrating.
Well, Renegade's turn, for a timeout. This will be the first gun round, so they're prepping themselves for what EnVyUs going to throw at them. Assad gets to voice himself.
Well, did you see that yesterday? We walked past him in the hall and he looked like he was
yeah, we already talked about that.
Yeah, like that just looks much happier.
You didn't have the right adjective. I had to fill it in last time.
Yeah, okay, well, there we go. And
no, he did look very angry.
He's if they throw now, I'm sure we'll see similar scenes. But this is looking very promising for Renegades. Tactical timeout from them. I like that. You've got the tactical timeouts, might as well use them. Discuss what kind of adjustments EnVyUs will be making here. And you can see they've got tons of money. Azo with almost 8 grand, well, 7.2, and he's staying on the UMP. They want to make sure they kind of hedge their bets here and play for the bigger picture and have a lot of money to go forward with. And we'll see whether the Orb of Nifty can start to step up here.
Need to wait, see if anyone's going to get boosted up as well. That allows for the push inside of the middle. So you still up underneath the drop as Scream tries to spray through the smoke in anticipation, but can't find the kill. Let alone any damage for that matter. Bomb still waits inside of the big garage with him. B, meanwhile, Pretty straightforward. Slow play from EnVyUs, in fact, as they would just want to clear angles. Late boost for Scream's interesting as well, based on USTILO still being underneath. And two other quick peek players, one at Sandbags, Nifty, on the op, still watching that exact position. And there was, I was about to say Azza on highway, but he's elected to rotate off that. Damage done both ways, but yeah, Scream takes the worst of it, down to 16. In fact, the incendiary will push him off that altogether.
Not really much you can do in that position now, but we have got some decent B control coming in from EnVyUs here. As you can see, no presence whatsoever from the CT forces, but a horrible smoke there. I'm not sure the T's even realize how bad that smoke is. Oh, they will. So there we go. They re-smoke it. Azza, though, pushes through. He wants this. He obviously has the UMP, a close-range weapon. He might just even chase RPK there. He does indeed. Takes him down. This is looking very good now for Renegades, but Sixer and XMS recover. Oh, what?
Oh, man.
What happened there? He just headshot his teammate at a 12 HP.
He did. XMS needs that HP as well because they're in a 2 versus 2, 16 and 12 respectively between the two of them. Scream at least makes good on his.
Bomb wasn't planted.
Exactly,
it's over.
Bomb.
It's over.
It is. You're right. Bomb's not planted. JKS hits XMS. He's the one with the 12 HP, and that is going to cost them because they lose the bomb. Time gone. Scream runs, but the round is done.
If he didn't, well, it was such a bizarre
I didn't see what he was at for HP before the headshot,
it was
but
like
it was
80 something.
Yeah, it was a ridiculous
like
one. It was, I think, just panic. There was a bit of nade. I don't know if there was residue or what, but when he turned, I think he caught him on the edge of a smoke. Didn't need to do that.
Oh, wow, this has been a horrible game for EnVyUs. One that I have to forget. I don't see them coming back now. They're force buying into round number 21. AKs, CZs. That's about it.
Well, that's certainly not the way to win games, because the nade takes him down after a significant amount of team damage. So Sixer toward the blue door. Top placed in front of it, smokes all over the site, including one which does extinguish that Molotov. But potential map point available for Renegades, and they certainly have the economy to do it. Sixers evaded one by getting inside of the smoke, but he's also stayed alive because of Molotov disallows Nafly, but when he does get in there, he gets all three. A straight lineup, and Nifty's going to close unhappy.
This feels like it's done, doesn't it? That was the force buy from EnVyUs there. 15-6, 9 match points. Great showing from Renegades, I have to say, and this is just not an EnVyUs that deserves to be in the final 16 of a major right now. This is similar scenes to what we saw at the last major qualifier, not even that, the minor, right? And it doesn't look like it's got better in 6 or so months.
They seem to trip over each other so much. Like, the chemistry just isn't there, especially in very high-pressured rounds. It's almost like they're trying too hard.
I'm not sure what it is. It's just this, for me, this project, like this particular lineup, it doesn't feel like it's ever gonna succeed at this point. I don't see them ever winning a championship. They might occasionally make playoffs every now and then, but the recipe, something's just missing. That je ne sais quoi, Matt, I think you would say.
That yes, oui.
There we go. I knew you spoke French. But yeah, I'm not sure what it is. There's so many issues that need to be overcome in this team, and they definitely have the correct players, right? Like, there's not like massive weaknesses in the lineup itself. Just every game in high-pressure situations, it seems to all fall apart. Taking nothing away from Renegades, they played fantastically. The T-side performance and the calling there was spot on. Really loose and nimble, running around the map as a 5-man unit, fast peaks, and good mid-control coming in. Nothing EnVyUs could do to shut it down. And here we go then, to the final round. As the CTs do push up into A-ramp. Still open, taken down. No, he's not. He actually times it to perfection, and Happy will be dropped.
That's not what you want for EnVyUs to start off this round. Gonna take out RPK. Evenly traded back, thankfully, by Sixer, but JKS still behind Triple. Walks out. Quickly collects XMS mid-site, trying to enter, trying to catch them off before rotations come in, but they've gotten there. And Nifty with the shot on the op. JKS to close it with a pistol. 16-6. Renegades, if we thought this game was debatable
Yes.
Just dominated EnVyUs.
Yeah, they made them look amateur at that point. I think EnVyUs made themselves look amateur at points of the game. So many blunders there, overextensions, shooting each other, dying in Molotovs. Like, it was just disaster after disaster. I feel like they really need to pull their socks up and go back and look back at this demo and see what the issues are. The economy management was poor at best. Lots of force buys coming through and able to convert really important rounds. And like we said, this is a brutal format. Just to note, Renegades played a fantastic game there, Matt. That was actually much better than yesterday. Their main fraggers turned up. They're winning their clutches. The orb looked great. And I'm really impressed with Renegades. I feel that they are one of my hot picks to actually make it.
Well, pressure on for EnVyUs. They'll go 0-2. Renegades recover from a very close game yesterday. A heartbreaking loss, perhaps, to Vega Squadron. We'll take another break. Continue on with the major. Day 2 is well underway.